everyone. How was your day? Thank you for taking time to be part of today's training. I'd like to welcome all of you, but first, let me share the link so that others can also join us to be part of today's training. Thank you. Just a little bit patient, and we'll be back. Hello, good evening, everyone. Thank you. And how was your day? So, thank you for taking time to be part of today's training. And in today's training, I would like us to look at some of the things that are affecting our marriages and how we can resolve them. But basically, we are looking at some ways that we can be able to handle marital conflict. Do you understand? So, we have been discussing some of them. Today, we are going to take it further to discuss more of them. Do you understand? But before we proceed, this is the Institute of Global Peace and Conflict Management. In case you are joining us for the first time, this training is being provided by the Institute of Global Peace and Conflict Management, and it's a free training. You are not paying for it, right? It's free, totally free, 100% free, from training to certification. Is one way of creating awareness about peace and conflict. It's also one way of empowering our communities and the participants who are social change agents, all right, in our community. So we take time to be organizing this training so that people can benefit from it, have the necessary skills that can help them to resolve conflict in their various communities. We have some of you that have been joining this training right from time, and you have been part of it. Want to appreciate you. Want to appreciate you for always taking your time to be part of this training. And we encourage that since you have chosen to be part of this training, you can do it. Also share the link with someone, inviting them to be part of the training, inviting them to also come and learn. It's free, so be great. Just be judicious enough to also share it with someone else. You understand? Let them also get the same knowledge you are getting, so that all of us together can promote peace in our communities. Do you understand? So thank you very much, and I'd like to welcome all of you. So do wait to share the link with someone, inviting them to be part of today's training as well. And for those of you that did training on peace education, the examination is going to take place tomorrow. We are going to have a peace education examination tomorrow by 9 p.m. 9 p.m. I don't know what that means to you if you're not from Nigeria, but we're going to have that examination by 9 p.m. tomorrow. In case it concerns you, you have to take note. By 9 p.m. tomorrow, we're going to have for those of you and we are going to have the exams. The examination link is going to send to those that carry out their peace education awareness only. So if you carry out peace education awareness, you send me a chat privately. I will send you the link because I will cross check my chat with you. If I didn't see any link, I have not did not see any video for peace awareness. No, nothing for you. You understand? Please, nobody should send me a message requesting for consideration. All right. Nobody should send me a message requesting for any consideration that I was not able to do video, go out to do awareness or so. I should be considered. No, 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 no. We'll not consider you. If you were busy and you were so much engaged that you cannot do it, just consider it that you have missed the opportunity. Because we too are busy with our link, we don't want to give you because the link is also very, very busy. Do you understand? So that's it. So thank you very much for taking time to be part of today's training. We are on marital conflict, and we all agree that marriage is not all together or whose. Marriage comes with its challenges, and as couples, we must always find a way of, you know, trying to deal with our marital challenges. Do you understand? As couples, we must find a way of handling our marital challenges. All right. So, so that's what it is. So, marriage is sweet, marriage is good, but it comes with challenges. And we must, as couples, work together to address those challenges. Do you understand? As couples, we must work together to address those challenges that confront us in our marriages. Do you understand? So, I believe we have so many of you here that are married people, and we have those that are not yet married. Whether you are married or you are not yet married, but you desire to be married, you understand, you must find a way of resolving conflict. So for you, you are preparing yourself so that you can make your home sweet. You understand, for yourself. All right. So we are looking at conflict resolution strategies. This is what we have been looking at. We have been looking at conflict resolution strategies. What are those steps that you can take to resolve conflict in your home, in your marriage? These are the things that we have been looking at, all right? And this is what we'll continue to look at even in this video today. We have looked at, you know, collaboration or collaborative strategy to resolving conflicts. Today and yesterday we'll look at, you know, compromise and negotiation, right? We look at collaborative problem solving, we look at compromise and negotiation. Today we are looking at avoidance and accommodation, right? avoidance and what? Accommodation. How can we avoid conflict? How can we accommodate conflict? So this is what we'll be looking at today. So I'd like to welcome all of you once again to today's training. Two ways to share the link with someone. All right. You know, you see, for us in this field, we understand that yes, avoidance is one way we can use to resolve conflict, but we don't consider it to be the most effective way of resolving conflict. We say that it's best for you to approach an issue and address it rather than avoiding it, right? But it's good that sometimes we avoid some certain things that may not be serious issues. You understand? There are some issues that may not be serious, but when we refuse to avoid them, they becomes a problem. You understand? There are certain. It's not every issue that you will take it serious. It's some things you ignore them. That's one way to avoid. It's not everything that you take seriously. So we are going to look at avoidance and accommodation, when to use them wisely. You understand? So when to use them wisely, so that it will be a issue that you're supposed to address, but you rather avoid it, and then it becomes a problem. Or it's an issue that you can totally avoid it, but you still went ahead to address it. Waste time, waste your energy, and sometimes out of the issue that was supposed to be avoided, you make it become an issue. You understand? So avoidance and accommodation are the things that we're going to look at. So choosing to ignore or withdraw from a conflict can be a strategic decision in certain situations. That is, we didn't say in all situations. In certain situations, choosing to ignore or withdraw from a conflict can be what? A strategic decision. So, such as when the issue is trivial or emotions are too high to engage constructively. Do you understand? When the emotions are too high, when the tension is high, and no one's giving anybody attention. So, why should you waste your time trying to engage? You simply avoid. Or when the matter is so trivialized, do you understand? When the matter is so trivialized, why should you waste your time? All right. So when a matter is being so jeopardized, if I may say so, do you understand? When it's so jeopardized, you leave it. When it's becoming a joke, like the matter is so trivialized, or something that is supposed to be a very a simple matter, you know. So you forget it. You avoid it, ignore it, and move on. Do you understand? Or when have you ever been so angry that you are vibrating that you don't want to even listen to anybody? So if you are not the person vibrating, you can ignore the person vibrating and go your way, because that person at that point in time cannot listen to you. You're wasting your time trying to engage the person. So what do you do? Or when somebody is so bitter that maybe they any attempt to speak they lose control. Any attempt to speak they lose control. So what do? You avoid such a person and move on with your life, or ignore, maybe at that moment you ignore the situation and move on. Then maybe later on find a way of trying to address it. Do you understand? So this is what it is. So, however, avoidance carries the risk of unresolved issues and potential resentment if used excessively. You see? So, you should determine when to use it and when not to use it. But like I said before I started, I say in this field, we don't consider avoidance as a best strategy to resolve conflict because it's a lingers situation. That is, it lingers issues. It makes issues, go on and on and on. Let me give you one example. When we were in primary school, I we had one guy that was he had a very big head like coconut, calabash. All this, this calabash coconut I'm talking about. That's how his head was like. I'm trying to just give one. I'm just giving. I want you to understand. So I'm not insulting anybody. I'm just trying to give you a picture to see what I'm trying to talk about. Do you understand? Because me to have a big head, so everybody have a big head. But the one I'm talking about, is very special. That's why I'm using calabash. Coconut calabash. That one that looks so big. Do you understand? And so, and so, so this guy, we used to call him head boy. Do you understand? So that head boy did not mean that he was a prefect. No, he wasn't a prefect, like a head boy. Do you understand? He wasn't. But we call him head boy because of the nature of his head. And it was it's an indirect insult. Do you understand? And then what he does was he used to try to avoid interacting with people so much because anytime he tried to interact with people, what you see is that insult. So he actually got you know paranoid with the situation, and so he tried to avoid people. But the more he tried to avoid, the more we try to identify him, single him out, and make him to get angry so that we begin to call him that name. Do you understand? And so the issue continued to linger and linger like that. So, but one day, I don't know where he gathered his courage, and then he began to challenge people that were calling him that name. Do you understand? But I believe that that's what happens over time. Even we say that even a goat, if you keep disturbing a goat so much, it will bite you. But you know that goat doesn't bite. But you keep disturbing the goat so much, goat too can bite you. Do you understand? So this guy got gathered the courage, and then that day stood his ground and resisted and rebuked anybody that was trying to call him that name. So at the end of the day, gradually when he started resisting and began to challenge people that were calling him that name, do you know what happened? People gradually we stopped calling him the name. Do you understand? Because we knew that he was not happy with the name. But at the time he was trying to avoid, we felt that there's someone here to abuse. Do you understand? So we always bring him out, bully him, and call him all sorts of names. Do you understand? So that's what happened. So avoidance is not always a good strategy. So as sometimes in couples try to avoid issues, they feel that I don't need to engage my partner or this matter or so. There are some issues that are happening in their homes. Instead of them to sit their partner down, discuss it. You are avoiding to discuss. You say you don't want your husband's problem. You don't want your wife's problem. No, sit him down, sit her down, and let her know what is going on. That is, you are not finding it comfortable. Do you understand? So it's not a matter of you keeping quiet and and in your heart you are burning, but you are not being courageous enough to seek your partner to discuss it. But in your heart you are burning, so it's not correct. Discuss it and let the matter be resolved. Do you understand? Don't avoid situation and allow it to linger for long. Are we on the same page? So that is avoidance. Then accommodation. Accommodation involves one party giving in to the other's demands or desires to maintain harmony and preserve the relationship. Yes, in this also, there are certain things that you need to do, even when you want to accommodate, even when you want to accept someone's position or opinion, just for the sake of peace, you should be able to express your mind to be known that, yeah, for the sake of peace, you are going to accommodate this and that, but let it be known that this is your position and this is that, this is that. Do you understand? So, this strategy can be appropriate when the relationship is more important than the specific issue at hand, but it comes with the risk of creating an imbalance and leaving unaddressed needs. Do you understand? So, it's very important that when you want to accommodate, it's fine. You can accommodate maybe for the sake of saving a relationship, because because sometimes you consider your relationship more important than any other thing. Do you understand? You say that this relationship cannot end. I have come a long way in this marriage, and I don't want my marriage to end like that. So you are just willing to, so you weigh the factors, and if it's something that you can accommodate, why not? Some people end up accommodating nagging women, nagging wives, nag and nag and nag and nag. They have to accommodate. They choose to accommodate. Some people choose to accommodate wives that are not cooking for them. Like, okay, your wife doesn't cook for you. They have to look for a way for taking care of themselves and all of that. Do you understand? Right? Then some people have to accommodate the fact that my wife also is a professional. I'm also a professional, so I must have to accommodate that, and I must deal with it just to save my relationship. So when my wife is out, is out. Do you understand? All of those stuff. This is what I'm talking about. So accommodation is important, but when sometimes people, the reason why sometimes marriage crashes is because people don't want to accommodate certain things, and maybe the relationship is not much importance to them compared to what issue they are trying to resolve. Do you understand? Like you say that, like for instance now, for instance now, someone end his marriage with a lady because the lady was working in Lagos and the lady was doing well, and this guy was like in one local town like that doing a teaching job that was not paying him well, and the lady wanted the guy to come to Lagos and meet him so that they can be together in Lagos. Why maybe the guy look for something there to do and they stayed together. The guy rather wanted the lady to come back, resign from his job that was paying her well, more than what the guy was earning, to come and meet the guy in what was considered as even a village. You understand? In one of the local government headquarters. Let me say, you know how our local government headquarters, I'm not talking about local government like Uyo. I'm not talking about local government like Amak. I'm not talking about local government headquarters like, what would I call, you know, those, state capitals that have the local government in town that are very big. No, I'm not talking about those ones. I'm not even talking about, well, maybe places like, the place should be more or less like Otupo also. You understand? if you are conversant with people also. So, and then this guy want that lady that was earning so much in Lagos to come back and be with him in the village. The lady also want the guy to leave that place and meet her in Lagos, and then so that they can build their lives together there. The guy said no. So do you know what happened? I don't know. I cannot tell for sure whether there were other factors involved, but this marriage ended. So now, judging based on what I have just explained to you now, what do you think about this? If what was if one was to accommodate for whatever reasons, who do you think should have accommodated one's other suggestion? Or did you see any value in that relationship at all? Because it ended. So that's what happened. It ended. Do you understand? It ended like the guy the guy refused to go to Lagos. The lady refused to, you know, the lady also refused to resign and come back. And so it became a challenge for for the marriage to continue, and the marriage ended like that. Do you understand? So this is what we're talking about here. No, that marriage had several issues. If you look, if I am the one to judge from that viewpoint, you know, there are so many things that would have resulted to that. The issue of pride, the issue of man has pride. When man is feeling that how can I resign my job, go and stay with a woman that will be bullying me here and there. Maybe most especially when he doesn't have a job yet, you know, all those kind of considerations and all of that. Maybe are some of the factors, or were some of the factors that made the guy not to decide on going to Lagos and all of that. And then the gay has been exposed to that kind of flash life, interacting with people, living a high life, earning so much money, and then you are asking her to resign the job and go to stay in the village. No, Lagos now. And then you go and stay in one corner. So they were looking at it. So it's like the issue was more than the relationship. So it was better for the relationship to end than any of them to sacrifice any of that kind of uh, thing. So, you know, and so the marriage ended. But I want to tell you that for marriage to work, there must be room for accommodation. Sometimes you accommodate attitude, you accommodate behavior. Sometimes you accommodate even what they say to you. I saw one video online. Someone says that he's been in his marriage for 30 years. He said in these 30 years, he has been a foolish man for 30 years for his marriage to be successful. 30 years of foolishness for marriage to be successful. You understand? So you have to be a fool at some point for your marriage to be successful. You understand? You must, that is one form of accommodation. You must have to be a fool at some point for your marriage to be considered, whether you are a wife or you are a man. You understand? I'm just telling you this thing plain. There's no, there's nothing. Do you know that? Do you know that Some wives accommodate their husband cheating behaviors just for their marriage to work. Maybe they consider the relationship so important, so they don't feel maybe my husband cheating on me is anything. Or maybe probably they may also be hiding and be doing hide and seek also, but maybe I'm just saying maybe, I'm not sure. Maybe they are not doing it, but they are willing to stay with a cheating husband and then for their marriage to work. Maybe they consider the relationship so much very important. So they are ready to accommodate such kind of thing. That's the extent to which some people can go to accommodate. Some people accommodate their wives like that for marriage to work. You understand? Um I had um I had a situation in my place when um a friend of a friend, they were best friends, they were good friends, let me say so, they were good friends because some extent they were good friends, let me say so. So one day one of these friends came back and meet his friend with his wife, on their matrimonial bed. And the shocking thing that happened was that this guy um, left, closed the door back, left and went his way. Later on, he came in. He did not say anything to the woman, nothing to the guy. And that's how the guy just keep quiet. The wife man did not go anywhere. Was there. And the relationship was going on like that. This man was aware of what this guy was doing, yet he did not say anything. He did not do anything. I don't know what was in his mind. I don't know what he looked at. I don't know what was just, but what I knew was that there were certain behaviors that set in. Do you understand? Now, this is the issue of avoidance I was talking about. This guy avoided this situation. He refused to talk about it. Maybe, I don't know what was in mind that he didn't say anything about it. Maybe he felt that I don't want to. The woman was a very beautiful woman actually. So I don't know whether he considered the beauty of the woman and then felt that Kai, I can separate with my wife. I don't know what was in mind, but what we observe, or if nobody is observed, but after a deep thought, that's as I'm about to give this example, I begin to consider so many factors because now I get to understand certain things more than at that time when it was happening. So now I noticed that the guy developed the attitude of drinking. Do you understand? He become a drunkard. He will drink and drink and drink and drink and drink to a point that if that is what even led to his early death. Do you understand? At some point he died because alcohol was too much. I think at some point he had an accident and then treatment was very, very difficult because of excessive alcohol reason. You understand? Alcoholic intake. So it was a challenge. So I now discovered that maybe this drink or you know the attitude that the guy exhibited by engaging in alcoholic consumption was as a result of this thing that happened. He did not have the courage to challenge the wife, his friends, and so avoidance led to his early death. Do you understand? So that's why I told you that avoidance is not good, and accommodation also have its own risk. Try to Like you want to accommodate maybe on a certain factor and then you are dying inside. Don't accommodate anything that is killing you inside. Accommodate something that you can do with it without having any pains anywhere. If you know your husband to be cheating and you know that you can accommodate without minding whatsoever, then you are good to go. But if it's something that you accommodate and then you are having pains in your heart, then it's better to live. Otherwise, it's as good as living when you are dead. So, but if you can live now to go and have your peace, you can go and have your peace. You understand? If your wife, husband cannot stop, then you can move ahead if you cannot accommodate such. But don't accommodate something that will be causing you pains and then you'll be drying. Some of you are dying, but you are dying while alive. So you are a living, what they said, you are a living corpse. You understand? You are alive, but you don't know what you are alive for. Marriage, you are not enjoying it, nothing. Every day you are just falling sick. You don't know what is wrong with you. So these are the issues. Are we together? So accommodation have its own risk as well. The risk of creating an imbalance and leaving unaddressed needs. Very, very, very serious. You understand? So these are the things that we must, as a matter of fact, take care of. Do you understand? All right. I told you that I ordered for something from China, but one of these training equipment, our videos, our trainings, maybe some of the videos we'll be sharing now, maybe because there are some of these things that I was supposed to, you know, if I can use that to teach you to be more engaging, you will understand what I'm trying to say better than sitting like this talking to you. So that stuff has arrived. You understand? It has arrived, and we hope that we are going to be engaging in more of activities now. Our training will be more interactive, and it will also it will help you to understand more, to be engaging, and it will help you to understand more, to be attention catching and all of that. So because some of you can be easily distracted, you can connect and then be doing something else. But when you see trying to demonstrate some certain things, your attention will be there, so you understand it better. So it has arrived. It's in the office. I dropped it in the office this evening before I came home. So we on Monday we begin to explore it to see how we can master it because it's something I have not used before. So I have to study it and then begin to master it before we begin to use it. Do you understand? So it will take me like 1 week to go through studying it, applying it, and then from there I'll begin to, maybe our next month's training will be more better and more organized. So let's hope for the best. All right. So thank you very much. I appreciate you. Um, so let's evaluate the effectiveness of these two. All right. Let's evaluate the effectiveness of these two. Yeah, Prof, I'm agreeing with you totally. When you bottle up so much negative emotions, what you see manifesting is sickness. Sickness in all form, in your chest, sickness in your head, sickness. In fact, you even lack physical physics to do a lot of things. Do you understand? Don't you lack energy? You lack energy to do certain things because of negativism in you. That's when so much negative, you know, and that's why sometimes people end up committing suicide. That's why sometimes people end up killing people. Why? Because they have stored enough negative thoughts in their heads. And so they manifest either make them to be mad or make them to, you know. So let's never, right? Never do a thing like that. So let's evaluate the effectiveness of these two. So the differences or the effectiveness of avoidance and accommodation ultimately depends on the context and the potential consequences, you know, of the issue you are trying to address. So you have to be careful, you know, in considering what is required to determine if any of these strategies will lead to a satisfactory resolution or if they may inadvertently worsen the situation. So you need to know. But the best thing you need to do is for you to determine when and how you applied any of this and what issue you should avoid, what issue you should accommodate. But like I am saying in this class today, don't look at an issue that needs to be addressed and avoid it. And don't accommodate any issue that will be giving you pains. Your husband is a drunkard. You know that you cannot stay with a drunkard or you cannot stay with a drunkard. Some people, some women have to just accept the fact that, well, my husband is a drunkard. So they make themselves happy with it. Maybe they began to see the good aspect of alcoholism in other way around. So they begin to accommodate. Some smoking, some all manner. And then they accommodate it. But there are some women that once you drunk, you smoke, you cannot be able to stay in a bed with you. You understand? So these are the issues. So know what you can accommodate. If it's something that will be giving you pain, not something that you say, well, I can do with it. But every day you are banking on it. Every day there's an issue you talk about, you touch it. Every now and then you are talking about. Then you are not ready. You're not ready. You understand? You're not ready. You're not ready. So if you must accommodate it, be prepared that you are not going to worry yourself about it at all. But if you keep worrying yourself about it, it means that you are just landing yourself into a deep problem, right? So don't accommodate what will not give you peace. That is what somebody is saying here. Mr. Godwin George. He's saying it, don't accommodate what will not give you peace. I'm just quoting his statement directly. You understand? So that is it. So accommodate what will give you joy. All right. So let's look at some case studies sharply before we progress. Let's look at case studies in navigating conflict with avoidance and accommodation. Let's look at the case studies here. So let's look at this scenario. Jack and Lily, a married couple, had been struggling with a recurring argument over their family's vacation plans. Lily preferred to visit her parents every summer, while Jack wanted to explore new destinations, you know, with their children. Do you understand? So let's look at the accommodation approach here. Okay, let's look at the accommodation approach here. In the following, okay, let's look at the avoidance first, the avoidance approach. To avoid the conflict, Jack and Lily decided to simply avoid discussing the vacation plans altogether. Because any attempt to discuss the vacation plan is conflict, right? So while this temporary maintained peace in their household, the unresolved issue eventually led to increased tension, all right, increased tension, and then began to also affect the children. All right. So let's look at accommodation. You see, they avoided to discuss. It's there. The plan is there. They all love going on vacation. All right. Mother wants to go and see her parents. Oga wants to go somewhere to chill with the family and all of that. And then of course it's not okay. So they say, okay, all together, let's not talk about it. But that did not solve the problem. All right. So let's talk about accommodations. So in the following year, Lily agreed to compromise and and visit a new destination with Jack and the kids. All right. Okay. However, Lily felt that her needs were not being met, and Jack also felt guilty for not prioritizing her desires. So this imbalance in the relationship continued. You know. So you see, these are the issues. So know what you accommodate, not something that will make you feel guilty. All right. So it's very important. So this imbalance in the relationship continued to cause strain in their marriage. Do you understand? So let's look at the lesson we learned from this. This case study highlights the potential pitfalls of relying solely on avoidance or accommodation strategies. So while they may provide temporary relief, these approaches often fail to address the root causes of the conflict, leading to unresolved issues and ongoing relationship challenges. Like I said, if you know that you cannot accommodate anything and keep quiet and not every day you are banking on it and banking on it, then don't accommodate it in the first place. So whatever you are accommodating is what you can go with it anywhere, anytime. You understand? Is that clear? Don't accommodate something that will make you be feeling guilty or you'll be having pains in your heart, you know, you'll be feeling that money is not made and all of that. Like I say, there is a place for sacrifice. You can sacrifice, there's compromise. No, but don't compromise what will make you bitter. Compromise what you can give without having any negative feelings. You understand? So let's look at collaborative problem solving in action because we talked about collaborative problem solving approach the last time. So let's look at how it works in action. All right. Uh-huh. So let's look at it. Sarah and Tom, a young married couple, were struggling with the division of household chores. Sarah felt overwhelmed with the cleaning and cooking, while Tom felt his contributions were not recognized. Tom also felt that, well, I am doing my best. And it seems that the best I'm doing, and it's normal, it's normal with young couples, do you understand? Because everyone feels that they are doing enough. They don't see that they are doing nothing. Do you understand? They feel that they are doing so much. One felt that I am doing so much to cater for the family, so at least the wife should be doing the house chores. So don't put me in it. Do you understand? You know, you see, but now I am victim of this thing I'm talking about. Oh. So as young couples, most especially if you are a young person here, understand this thing very well now. We used to have this kind of challenges in our early marriages, when we feel like, I am doing so much, I am doing so much, I am doing so much. This emphasis that I'm doing so much, I'm doing so much becomes a problem. Do you understand? So, but you see now, my wife works, you know, she says, her business is mostly from home anyway, but trying to buy things online and sales online and do a lot of things, know what it means. So sometimes she works from morning to 12 midnight. She's still working. So people are used to complain that I'm doing a lot now. But now she can even break and cook and do some things and still continue working till do you understand? Myself, all right, go out, come back, attend to some family needs here and there, and still make sure that I meet up with my training in the evening. After this training, I still have other activities. Maybe after this training, now I'll have to force myself to sleep. I have some kind of maybe sometimes midnight prayers I used to join, and then sometimes after that I finish, then I'll continue with my other activities. Now I'm taking more responsibilities, most especially studies. So it means that it's going to be more of stressful engagement. Do you understand? And yet we're not complaining. We are rather grateful to God for strength, for energy. Do you understand? But these were people that were complaining that they were doing a lot. But now they discover that what they were doing was just a charity. It's now that they're doing something. Do you understand? Have responsibilities a lot. So there's no need to complain again. You just have to face the work, family needs, official needs, children attention, needing attention, this one and that one. A lot of things, and then you are not complaining. But in early marriage, you see what they were suffering here used to come out. Do you understand? So, so Sarah felt that she was doing so much. She was overwhelmed with house chores. All right. The husband felt that I am doing my best. I am providing. I am taking care of you. I am. What do you want? What else do you want from me? Do you understand? So what happened? They began to explore solutions. Let's look at how can we resolve this problem. So through open and honest dialogue, we say in collaborative problem solving, you must be honest and you must be open-minded to discuss the problems, all right? So that you can find solutions. You can brainstorm. This is what they were doing here. So they brainstormed possible solutions, such as creating a shared joy chat, taking turns with specific tasks, and outsourcing some responsibilities. They were willing, you know, so they were willing, you know, to compromise and explore creative ideas to address both their needs. So that's what they did. They did. So they began to think, what can we do to solve this problem? You know, this problem is trying to break our marriage. So what do we do? Let's talk. What do you think we should do? Bring your idea, I bring my idea. So we come up with a solution. You understand? So let's look at reaching an agreement. So let's look at what the final result they arrive at. After careful evaluating the options, Sarah and Tom agreed on a new system that equally distributed the household responsibilities. They also committed to regular check-ins to ensure that the arrangement continue to work for both of them. So probably they might have created a timetable that you today you wash plates, uh tomorrow I wash plates. Today you do the cooking, me I wash the plates, or you do this one and that one. Do you understand? And so they were able to solve their problem, and then they begin to have peace in their home. Sincerely, I don't know what could be your challenge in your marriage. Even as you are listening to me, whether you have been 10 years, 20 years in your marriage, there may be a challenge. But I want you to take time to explore any of these strategies to resolve your marriage conflict. Your marital conflict must be resolved. Accommodation, avoidance, compromise, negotiation, collaborative problem solving. You must find a way to resolve your conflict. If you trust a friend so much, he will help you to break your marriage. The best solutions that I always advocate for myself, I'm talking about my even myself as a person, myself as a person. The best solution I always advocate for is you sit down and talk to your wife, talk to your husband, let you people understand each other. If someone is not giving you attention, maybe there is tension is high and all of that, you find a better time to communicate and use better language, use better words. Be careful with the words you are using and speak in a personalized tone, not like trying to accuse anybody for anything. Even if you are discussing that something that someone is doing that you don't like, don't accuse the person. Just speak neutral, like when things like this happen, it makes me feel like this or like that. You understand? So I don't know whether it's a question somebody's asking here. It's in a Christian setting where divorce is not permitted. Who says so? Accommodating and avoidance when it's full to brim may cause divorce. In such occasion, what is the way out? I don't believe anybody saying that in Christian setting where divorce is not permitted. Who say divorce is not permitted in Christian? Me, I don't believe in it. I'm a Christian, but I don't believe in it. You understand? Divorce is possible if life is at risk in that marriage. That is, all efforts have been made to resolve the problem, but it's not being resolved, and life is always being threatened. Then that marriage, except you are ready to die for your marriage, so be it. You can stay and die for it. But what I got to understand is that nothing is compulsory, only to make heaven. You know that the marriage that you want to die for, if care is not taken, you die for that marriage and you still not make heaven. You understand? Yes, you die in pains. You die in unforgiveness. You die in bitterness. You die with so much. So what is the essence? Do you understand? So the best thing is that you can divorce, forgive, and move on with your life. If your life is being treated, I'm not talking about you just waking up and say, "I want to divorce you." No, I'm talking about a situation whereby life is being, you know what it means when life is being threatened. Do you understand? Huh? So it is better to walk away and save your life than to die because of marriage. You don't marry to come and die. No, you marry for better, not for worse. I refuse all those kind of talk. And for worse, for better, for whatever. No, 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 no. When the worst is in such a way that if the worst that maybe we are suffering in poverty, if the worst of poverty, but we are enjoying our life despite there's poverty, no problem. We can be enjoying trusting God for breakthrough for us to overcome poverty. That is a different case. But not when I'm suffering in poverty with you, and yet my life is being threatened all the time, at the verge of death all the time. No, 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 no. It doesn't work. That's not the kind of marriage. That's not. I cannot advocate for such kind of marriage. Even God Himself say, when you find a wife, you find a good thing. The day you discover that this good thing that you thought you found is not a good thing, end it. But well, if you cannot end it, don't kill it. Make it to be something good that you have found. Because some people, I don't know, you marry somebody's child. Every day you wake up, you are beating. Every day you wake up, you are abusing. Was the reason why you married the person? No, no. See, don't come and be a savior in marriage. The savior, the one that he died on the cross, is enough. Once your marriage threatens your existence, please call it a quit and live your life. You can do without husband. By the way, it's not everybody that will marry. You understand? I'm not advocating for divorce. I hate divorce with passion. But if I come to a point whereby I'm becoming a problem to my wife's existence, she can walk away. You understand? If tomorrow I discover that my wife is a threat to my life, I cannot live because of my wife, then I can walk away. There's no more stories. All right? Ah, don't do that. Don't encourage any woman to be in a marriage that is being physically abused. Never, not even your sister. Don't use Christianity to say, and because Bible say, which Bible says you should stay in a marriage that you are being beaten, that you are being bruised, you are being, somebody to a point somebody will carry hot water pour on you. Eh? No, 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 no. Somebody will carry cutlass, carry knife, carry gun. You still want to remain there in the name of what? Marriage. No, it's not correct. The day your husband or your wife will carry knife on you, carry cutlass, or carry stick, maybe wood. Let me not use stick. A stick, some men can beat their wife like they're beating children. That is a different case. But you carry wood or a log of wood, like you want to hit somebody. You know that if you hit somebody or iron, the day it got to that point, that's if that your husband can be so angry to a point that he'll go and carry any of these items I mentioned here on you, begin to examine that marriage. If it does not kill you today, if it does not hit you today with that stick, just wait and watch. Next time you will not escape it. See, let me tell you the truth. I can be angry with my wife. You understand? But it will never get to a point whereby I will physically abuse her like you know, with no, 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 no. The day it got to that point, I will re-examine my marriage myself. Do you think I love this woman? Lord, what are you saying? Do you think I love this woman? And me, I don't want to give anybody's child. Pack your kaya, let me go and give your people. Simple as that. I'll go and drop you with your people and return and fetch my life. Do you understand? It's as simple as that. But don't kill anybody's child because because that person choose to marry you. No. The day you feel that your marriage is not working anymore and you cannot tolerate your wife anymore, then return her back to her parents and go and face your life. Let her also face her life. Do you understand? So it's like that. I'm a believer. You understand? I'm a believer, a very staunch one, very dedicated. But I'm telling you the truth that anytime marriage turns into something that is violent, abusive, it- and then even to some point, even emotional, there's some kind of level of emotional abuse that my sister, my very own sister, I have to pull her out of her husband's place because the kind of despicable situation she was in, I couldn't withhold it. I say, let me go and take care of my sister. When you are ready, you will come. Since I took that girl to my father's house for more than how many years, that guy has not visited that place. He only chose to visit when his father died and he wanted to go and maybe go to a point that you know that I even carried to a point I left some children. I discovered that this man abandoned all those children there. He was just doing his thing, moving around. I brought the children also. I say, come, I'll put you in the school somewhere. They are not in the city with me, but I'll put them in a school. All of them, all the children, four of them are in school. I'm the one sponsoring it. But that guy is a civil defense officer, misbehaving and doing a lot of things. But I pull my sister out. She's still she's still in a state. That's because she suffered emotional problem that her mental health was also affected. Assuming I did not pull that girl out of that place by now, she would have been dead. You understand? Or I pull her out. I say my sister cannot die because she married you. She has good prospects for her life, for herself, and for the children. But see what you're turning her into. I the guy did not go, nothing for more than 2 good years until when the father died. When the father died, he went. I say, what? You can imagine. I say, then for me, I say even none of the children should go where he wants to bury it. He should go and bury his father. You understand? It's my father. My father is a very peaceful person. Oh. He said, actually, it's part of us. Say, he doesn't understand what you're talking about. But let me not stop what you believe. You're my father, you're still alive. I have the other ones. If they want to allow the guy to take his first son and maybe some of you also want to go, it's your decision. But if left for me, if I were there, he will not even step his foot in that house until he make me understand that he really wants to be a changed person. Otherwise, we don't have any business in common. You understand? You don't maltreat people like that. I told him categorically, I married somebody's daughter. Ah, if I'm treating somebody's daughter the way you are treating, I don't know what is your challenge. But if it was gotten to a point that you cannot go on, please, so Oga, take your child, not planning to kill somebody's daughter. Do you understand? So even emotionally, to get my sister now is we are just trying to treat her to come out of that situation. Do you understand? I've been spending money trying to take her here and there to see that her mental health is being restored because she got to a point that she was so bitter with the attitude of the husband that the bitterness enters her head and she's behaving like she's mad. This is what I'm talking about. So some of these things I'm talking about are practical experiences. I'm not just talking because I'm teaching you. It's practical experiences. You understand? And but one thing I refuse to do is to behave like I am also a wicked person. I could have, in one way or the other, decided to end his job. But what if I end his job and he become a criminal? Maybe as a result of some or all those stuff, let me not also end up being a wicked person. But for the fact that he has children with my sister, they still have some level of bounds. Do you understand? Yes, they may not be together, but there's something that is connecting them. Maybe those children. So any act of wickedness may not, he may be wicked, but let me not follow to be wicked. Otherwise, I can take those kind of cases up and then his organization can even relieve him of his work. Do you understand? But I don't want to also be wicked. I want to. I understand that they have some kind of relation. And when it comes to husband and wife, there's a level to which you can go. So the best way was for me to just, for now, since the relationship is wide, let me just re- remove my sister for now, keep her aside first. So sorry, somebody was trying to call me and it affected my network. But so these are the issue. So please, what we're saying here is that nobody should say that Christianity prohibits divorce. No, it has not been said in the Bible. You understand? It's never said. It's we that choose that kind of doctrine just to help us to guide. So that because even married divorce is not something, it's not good a good thing. It affects um how children are being raised up. Do you understand? It affects some of the challenges we're having in society today is because children were not raised up together in a home where there's husband and wife. Even in America, you see what Trump is trying to do is try to end that madness that people wake up and then they break up on no account simply because they want to get money from somebody. Do you understand? So that if they are able to deal with that issue, I'm telling you that you see the rate of divorce in America will reduce. Do you understand? So because it has negative impact on society. Divorce have always that it has negative impact on the society. It's not a good thing. So we're not advocating for it. We're not advocating for homes to be. But when a marriage gets to a point whereby life itself is being threatened, no, 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 no. It should be separated. That's why I was blaming those that when I heard the fact that a woman in Anambra was killed by her husband, or maybe pour hot water and then also later use fuel on her and got her burn and she died. I say the people that came when it was hot water, and still left that woman in that place did not do that woman good, and they did not do the society good. They would have separated anything that can make your husband or a man to carry water, hot water pour on the wife. There is something more than that. Those people should be separated. If they really want to discuss their marriage, after that, when the tension calms down, they can come. We will discuss their marriage. We help them to discuss their marriage. And if we don't see any hope, they should be separated. As simple as that. Do you understand? It's better. So now, what's the gain now that she died? What's the difference? What's different from divorce? Is it not the same kind of divorce? But at least maybe she can be divorced, be alive, and still be helping to contribute in raising the children, or in one way or the other, she can be of impact to the society rather than you die and you are gone for good. You understand? So what's the benefit? Is it not the same form of divorce? And this one is the worst form of divorce whatsoever. The man ended his her life, and the man is okay. The man himself now may be in prison somewhere for maybe 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, if that is if as the case may be. So what's it? What's worst form of ending a relationship or marriage? So is it not better to say, Madam, I'm not going to do again. Oga, I'm not going to do again. Is it not better like that? Please, I married you in peace, but I feel that today we are not going in the same direction. Please, I am not going to do again. Go, I go. It's very simple like that. You understand? So I think it's better like that. It's better like that. I don't know how you look at it, but that is, for me, this is my opinion. You understand? And I believe it's the opinion of many, many others out there. You understand? So don't, nobody should say Christianity say this, Christianity say that. No, Christianity can be better off. So compromise and negotiation in practice. This is the last one we're going to take. All right. Compromise and negotiation in practice. So let's look at the scenario. Jessica and Mark, a married couple, were discussing the purchase of a new family car. Jessica wanted a larger, more practical SUV, while Mark preferred a sportier sedan that was more fuel efficient. The women will always want to go for something so flashy and so, attractive. Do you understand? That's women for you. Something so attractive and something so big. So now let's look at compromise and negotiation. Through open communication and negotiation, Jessica and Mark were able to find a middle ground. A middle ground. This is what we're talking about, right? Always trying to find a middle ground. That's a point of convergence, right? They compromised by agreeing on a middle size crossover vehicle that balance their needs for speed, for space, like fuel efficiency and driving performance. Do you understand? So this is what they end up going for. Not really the super larger SUV, and Lexus, Mercedes, or Toyota, but something, or some of those kind of flashy Lamborghini and what do you call it? Um, may Betch or whatever, or Noise Roy or whatever. So which one? So, but they decided to go for something that was just better, something good for them that can take them where they want to go and also serve the purposes. You understand? So, what was the outcome? By utilizing compromise and negotiation strategies, Jessica and Mark were able to reach a mutually satisfactory solution, right? That met both of their preferences. So this approach strengthened their relationship and demonstrated their ability to resolve conflicts effectively. All right, so conflict necessary or conflict not necessary may all be like quarreling, fighting. No, it's not like that. But when you disagree on maybe the goals of the family, just goals. Even we have to like look for space, we have to build a house, we have to look for accommodation, the type of accommodation, and the size of the accommodation. All of these things are issues that we're talking about. These are conflicts. These are conflicting issues. Do you understand? And you must address them. So thank you very much. Tomorrow we'll be looking at the power of collaborative conflict resolution and other factors, and then we'll round up this particular uh, chapter of mode. So all together. So like I said, I'm not seeing your messages again. I don't know whether it's my network or what, um, but I hope you can hear me. All right. So now we have come to the end of today's class. By tomorrow, like I said before, now examination for peace education will happen by 8:30. Uh, we'll send the link out by 9. You take your exams. So by 8:30, you start sending me message. Send me message by 8:30, asking for the link. That's for those of you that did your peace education awareness. I'm talking about peace education. I'm not talking about marital conflict and mediation. I'm talking about peace education. All right. So tomorrow, I'm going to announce it in the group for the peace education as well. So this is how it's gonna be. So thank you and have a wonderful night rest. We'll see you tomorrow by 7 p.m. Bye.